Oh, that was rough. I didn't even take notes. I mean, so this Sunday at 8:20, the Baltimore Ravens hosted the Buffalo Bills for our Week 4 matchup. I didn't even take notes. I mean, started off, we get the ball, can't do anything. Baltimore's first play, Derrick Henry just decides, I want to be in the end zone. From that point, I kind of just strapped myself in. I was like, oh, it's going to be one of those games. I don't even have the stats. Listen, the worst thing that happened was we ended up 3-1. And that's exactly what happened. We went to Baltimore, we thought we were the shit, and the Ravens kicked our ass. Nothing to it. I'm going to give Baltimore the credit that's due. They're definitely still a good team. They're a lot better than their record showed. I knew that coming in. Everybody should have known that. That was not a cakewalk, but apparently the Bills didn't get the memo. I mean, where to start? I mean, the offense couldn't get anything going. I don't know what Joe Brady is doing with all these screen passes, but like after the first 3, you probably should throw him out of the game. Didn't really seem to get anything going on the run. I guess shouts out Baltimore's defense. Had a good game plan against us. First half was absolutely abysmal. You get Keon dropping that catch, which like I'm willing to give it for him. It happens. He's a rookie. You're not going to make all of them. But the first half was just absolutely awful. Nothing going. Baltimore goes down, goes up 21-3. It's rough. I don't have anything to properly say. I didn't even want to take the notes because God was that awful. Every single year, the Bills are beaten by one team and one team alone, and it's the Buffalo Bills. Come out, second half, Ravens get the ball, the defense seems to have some life in them, force them to a 3 and out, get the ball, starting to do all right, and then starting to get momentum, the offense is driving. I really don't know what the thought process was to run a trick play when you have momentum and it's building. There's no reason for it. Nobody's falling for the fact that Allen's going to go play wide receiver, so everybody and their mothers saw that coming. It's good to see, getting Curtis Samuel involved, but there's really no reason to run the Wildcat. So that sucked. So bright points on offense besides that. I mean, Shakir still caught everything that was nearly thrown his way except for one pass I think he dropped. It was good to see Kincaid start to get in there a little bit. And then Keon, I'm going to speak on him. You had that one drop. That's okay. The breakdown of it, he goes up to catch it like with his hands and then has to flip it forward. Like, that's a rookie mistake. I'm okay with that. What impressed me though was the next 2 balls he caught were running down the sideline. Josh puts it on his back shoulder and the man jumps up and rotates around to catch it. I liked that. That was what we drafted him to do, and I think, it's only his 4th game. Still a lot of season left. I'm very excited to see what Keon Coleman can do, especially with Josh Allen throwing him the ball. As for the rest of it, there's not much there. Defense, man, I'm going to say some things that not a lot of people are going to like right now, and I'm perfectly okay with it. So I'm going to give credit, at the beginning of the second half, it did seem like they had some life in them. We stopped Baltimore a few times. We're hitting Derrick Henry. Taylor Rapp goes in, no fear, gets a concussion. You hate to see it against a wrecking ball, but you love to see it from your safety perspective, knowing he's not scared. I mean, he put a solid hit on him. It was impressive, I'm not even going to lie. So it seems like the defense was getting stops, and then that trick play just knocked everything out of us. We had nothing. I saw this, but it seemed like our deep third right in front of the safety was open a lot, and Baltimore was picking on it. It seemed like we kind of fixed it, but it's just see that in the first half and see it happen 3 times in a row. Not very pleased with that. And if Nelson Aguilar was actually a good receiver, there probably would have been a 4th one there. DBs, we're letting people go. Linebackers, letting Derrick Henry run all over them. The defensive line seemed non-existent. Didn't see Von Miller, didn't see Ed, didn't see Greg Rousseau. Wasn't able to do much against that Baltimore offensive line. So it is what it is. Our defensive backs, I don't want to say anything because I've said this before that like I'm scared, I'm concerned about our defense when we play higher calibered offenses, and that game proves my point right there. We played Arizona, we played Miami, we played Jacksonville, and our defense thought they were the shit. They're not. I saw a tweet, and I'm not going to get into too much specifics about players just because I don't want to get canceled or whatever it is, but our backups were looking like backups. So Bernard, Milano, Darren Johnson are all being severely missed right now. And I know I personally cannot wait till they're back. At least get something solid on defense, because that is not going to go good against those higher powered offenses. I still think our defensive line is good. I just think they didn't have a good game. I think our linebacking core is injured. That's fine. I do think we have some good players on defense, but I do think we have some gaping holes at some certain positions. And it's tough to speak on who specifically because I don't want to anger anybody, but the defense still scares me. Offensively, I think we just had a bad game. Defensively, I think we saw what happens when we come across a higher powered offense. So overall, abysmal performance. Players, coaching staff. McDermott seemed like he was playing scared. I don't know what Joe Brady was doing with these trick plays and these screens. Let Josh Allen throw the ball downfield. He had that one insane completion on the sideline to Shakir down the field. Like, that is what Josh does. He makes plays. Let him throw the ball downfield. Stop doing this gimmicky stuff. We're not in college. This is the NFL. Play an NFL offense. The gimmicky shit does not work. And it was disappointing to see it tried against our first real test of the season. So I'm hoping, McDermott said in the press conference that, that is something him and Joe Brady will talk about, and I'm hoping they throw it right out of the playbook, and I hope I never see that again. So offensively, not our best performance, some highlights, but not a lot going. Defensively, it's good to see us get momentum coming out of the second half, but again, not much to speak on there. So it's rough, but the worst thing that could have happened, is what happens. We came out of that game 3-1. We're still at the top of the AFC East, and there's still a lot of football to play. So next week, we play the Texans, I believe. We either play the Texans or the Jets. I'm concerned for our defense, but hopefully we'll take the week. We'll gather up, we'll come up with a game plan, and we'll have a better performance than that was, because that hurt to watch. That was just painful. Doesn't matter. We still love that team. I'm not going to just sit here and be like, oh, here are the Bills. Nope. That's my team. I'm fine with it. We have bad performances. It's okay. Go Bills, baby.